Well, good morning and happy Friday. Another day and another beautiful sunrise over downtown Macon. We are loving it. The time is 6:30 on this April 21st. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Wanye Reese. Thank you so much for staying with us. I can get used to these beautiful sunrises every morning.
I know, it has been so nice to just have that to wake up to, put a smile on your face. And the forecast, Jordan, hasn't been too bad either this week.
That's right. Even the models have been pulling back on all the rain that we're going to see overnight into early tomorrow morning. But yeah, this sunrise is great. Next week might not be able to see as many. Got some rain in store on the 7-day. Talk about that coming up. But first, right now in Macon, 53 degrees. Dew point is at 51. And looking at the almanac, yesterday was a high of 85 degrees. The average for this time of year is 79. So yeah, we have been above average the past few days. And right now in the mid to lower 50s, 50 in Dublin, 54 in Milledgeville, and 55 in Roberta. And we are warm across majority of the southeast, if not in the upper 50s in the lower 60s. But here's that cold front towards our west, moving eastward slowly but surely. It'll be over central Georgia as we head into tonight and into early tomorrow morning. But other than that, a great day today. Again, rain chances move in later on tonight, and a beautiful weekend is in store. I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Jordan. Right now, Cordele police are looking for a man accused of shooting another man inside a home.
And they say it happened around 10:30 Wednesday night at a home on the 800 block of Westtown Avenue. Witnesses told police 22-year-old Xavier White went into the home and fired shots. He took off in a gray car with another person. Police have 2 warrants out on White for aggravated assault. The victim is still recovering at a hospital. If you have any information on the shooting, you can call Cordele Police. The number is 229-276-2921. Again, it is 229-276-2921. You may have heard the Georgia Shoot First Act. It was proposed at the end of this year's legislative session. Well, current Georgia law says a person is justified in threatening or using force when they believe it's necessary to defend themselves. House Bill 842 would require people to weigh whether they can first remove themselves from danger without using deadly force. In other words, they have to show that they used violence as a last resort. Defense attorney Frank Hogue says if this passes, the law could change the game in court.
It's interesting to me as a lawyer how the prosecution would prove that you did indeed have other reasonable options and you chose not to take them and to react in violence. That's going to be a tough one, I think, for prosecutors to prove.
The representative who introduced the bill says too many people have been killed by property owners who mistakenly thought that they were being threatened. Well, a new jail could be on the way for Fulton County after the Board of Commissioners approved funding for a new study. It's about $800,000. They also approved more than $5 million to improve jail conditions and safety. The money will also help with medical care, sanitation, security cameras, and other improvements.
It's 6:33 on your Friday morning. A new autopsy report shows a protester sustained 57 gunshot wounds at the future site at the Atlanta Police and Fire Training Center. When state troopers confronted Manuel Terán on January the 18th, they said Terán opened fire on them, though troopers say that no body cameras documented the incident. Still, things that are unclear: how many wounds were multiple injuries from single bullets? The autopsy doesn't appear to add any context to a possible criminal case in Terán's killing, and it doesn't answer the question of who fired first, Terán or a trooper. Meanwhile, Atlanta City Council is working to make sure the new training facility helps more than just police officers and firefighters.
In much the same way that we are now forced to partner with other agencies to lease space and facilities, this facility will be available for other Metro Atlanta or outside agencies from anywhere to do the same on site there.
So the council voted to devote 25% of the training facility's revenue to different programs across the city, like housing, infrastructure, and youth development. The funds will be allocated to the programs annually and will be reviewed by a new oversight committee and adjusted as needed.
Well, for at least the next year, bus riders in Macon won't see a change to their bus fares. While it's a big deal for some riders, the proposed fare increase isn't guaranteed to come to a full stop. So Tuesday night, Macon-Bibb commissioners voted to give the Transit Authority $375,000 to help prevent the proposed increase. Transit Authority CEO Craig Ross says he and Mayor Lester Miller worked out the plan. Devontae Goolsby is a regular user of the buses, and while he says the change wouldn't impact him much, he's grateful that the fares are not changing.
It made me feel good because By the way, weather is the changing, it's a big difference.
And when the Transit Authority first considered the increase, they said their bus rides would still be among the cheapest in the state.
Inspiring young people to realize their full potential is just a small part of what the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Georgia offers its club kids. This week on Central Georgia Focus, we learn more about the many services and growth opportunities available through the area's 6 different clubs. Nutrition is a big part of the services, and with summer approaching, the Boys and Girls Club says you don't have to be a club kid in order to benefit.
So we actually serve about 500 to 600 meals a day.
Wow.
For the after school program, and then I think it's around like 1,500 a day in the summer. So a lot of meals, and that's also at all of our clubs. And then we even have open sites where pretty much you don't need to be a member, but you can come to one of those 8 sites, not even just in Macon. We do have 2 Macon Housing Authority locations, but throughout Lawrence County, Twiggs County, we are all over the place. So again, that information is on our website too.
To learn more about the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Georgia, check out Central Georgia Focus tomorrow at noon and streaming on the 13 WMAZ Plus app.
The time is 6:37. You may run into some road work in downtown Macon today. Cotton Avenue from Cherry Street to 2nd Street will be closed as that section of road gets restriped. It's part of the Urban Development Authority's Cotton Avenue Plaza Improvement Project.
The Museum of Aviation will host a special panel of former American war prisoners who will speak about their experiences from the Vietnam War. The museum commemorates the 50th anniversary of Operation Homecoming. You can join the free event today from 1 to 3:30 p.m. in the Centuria Flight Hangar. You can also visit the Museum of Aviation website to go ahead and reserve your seats. Well, next Monday, the public is invited to remember the life of Otis Redding III. On Monday, the Redding family is hosting a visitation at the Macon City Auditorium from 4 to 6 p.m. Redding was the son of Macon's musical legend Otis Redding. He followed his father into a life in music as a singer, songwriter, and guitar player. He died Tuesday after a battle with cancer at the age of 59. His funeral services will be private, and we are continuing to send our prayers and condolences to his family. Caitlin.
Absolutely. Well, this weekend you can get rid of old tires thanks to Keep Warner Robins Beautiful and Houston County. The tire disposal event happens today and tomorrow from 9 to 3 both days. Tires must be off the rims, and you do have to live in Houston County. The 4 locations for the event include the Houston County Annex parking lot in Warner Robins, 200 Carl Vinson Parkway in Perry at the Houston County Purchasing Department, 2020 Kings Chapel Road, and the Houston County Landfill. And it's time to rev up those jet ski engines. A competition that hasn't been in Macon for almost 20 years will hit the waves of Lake Toposophy today. The American Jet Sport Association will host its first competition of the summer series this weekend at Sandy Beach Park on Lake Tobo. The event will bring up to 150 professional racers to the lake for the 3-day competition. Today, avid and amateur jet skiers can even hit the water. Admission is $10 for anyone over 6, and there will be no swimming at Sandy Beach, of course, because of the event, but other swimming areas at the lake will still be open.